Hey guys, my name is Zach. Welcome to this week's Joy of Hobbying. The figures in this video I got from the Fourth Wall Game Shop. Check my buddy Arnold out at Traders Village in San Antonio, Texas. He's a pretty good guy and was able to get some pretty cool figures for a good price. So we start here with a Dragon Ball GT Baby and Dr. Mew. You can see the Baby does have quite a bit of paint scuffing. Dr. Mew is not too bad on first glance. Though there is an issue that I'll mention later that I didn't notice. Some of the paint chipping on the hair is definitely there, but it looks like it'd be a pretty simple touch-up. I also did get a Bobbity. The cape here has lots of paint transfer on it, and I was kind of worried about it. The Graham Cracker Deborah looking pretty decent in the front, not too good in the back, but usually it won't display that side. And the Bobbity has a really bobbly head, and other than that, just a little bit of paint rubs. I did pick up this Super Saiyan Vegeta. I do plan to do it for a future custom, so you'll see it a little bit in the beginning of the video, but I do kind of shove this for later. And the Super Baby Vegeta does look pretty decent in the front, but the back has a ton of paint rub, ton of paint chips, and the shoulders of this armor do have a lot of material missing, which was kind of a pain to work on. Supreme Kai does look pretty good in the front, but when you turn him to the back, you can see a ton of paint scratches on this guy, and this one was kind of hard to work with. Now, I did use a Q-tip and some rubbing alcohol to clean off most of the paint rub on a lot of these figures. You can see Supreme Kai cleaned up pretty nicely, Bobbity the same, actually really nicely, just a few dots on the eyes left. This Majin symbol is kind of dirty. I don't know if that's stock. I wasn't really able to clean it that well, but you can see Baby cleaned up really, really good. That big scuff on the side of the head is pretty much gone, and honestly, at this point, Baby's done. Same with the Super Saiyan Vegeta. That red chunk that was missing on the foot actually ended up just being a big red paint rub. You can see that that's removed pretty cleanly with a little bit of rubbing alcohol. Dr. Mew cleaned up really good as well, though I did notice that all the paint is pretty much rubbed off on the belt. I just thought that was like battle damage, but it is all missing. And Baby Vegeta cleaned up pretty good as well. There was like it almost looked like blue tack that had dried on the knees. And because I do want to try to do some repairing and some custom work, I did remove the fists and the head because the head did have a lot of paint rub in the hair that I did need to work on. Supreme Kai is looking pretty good. Lots of the paint rub in the front of the face is gone. The back was kind of a lost cause. I wasn't able to really get any of that stuff off. And you can see Bobbity is looking a lot better now. Definitely just have a few tiny little dots in the eyes that I'll need to touch up, but definitely nothing too bad. Cape cleaned up pretty good for the most part, though I did miss a few spots here. And here's me hitting them again with a little bit of rubbing alcohol and some encouragement with a Q-tip. Here's another look at Baby. You can see all that all that black stuff is gone. Pretty much same with Dr. Mew. He's pretty clean except for the paint missing on the belt. You can see it's supposed to be a gunmetal color. And of course the paint is still missing on the back of the head. And the Deborah cookie did clean up really, really good with the rubbing alcohol. There's a small dot on the belt, but I'm not even going to worry about it. Now, I did coat everything with Mecha Matte Varnish that I wanted to paint. I'm using this as sort of a pseudo primer, but I also find that it makes the figures look a little bit better. You can see Bobbity's head fell off, and it's because the joint in the neck is cracked. I'm pretty sure this was my fault. I was kind of rough with it, and I think I just cracked the joint. But I'll touch that up with a drop of super glue, and should be no problem. Supreme Kai, you can see here's the front with the Mecha Matte and the back without it. You can see the difference in the texture there. Now, even after the rubbing alcohol and the Mecha Matte, I still wasn't happy with the color of the, sort of like how much paint rub was still on there. So I did do a full repaint of Supreme Kai, including his face on some parts where I just could not get the paint to rub off. And you can see here it came out really good. I did use a custom blue mix for the outfit, and then I used Vallejo Red to outline the trim. Vallejo Mecha Purple for the face mixed with a little bit of Insignia White, and then I used Insignia White for the dot on the uniform and the red for the boots. The Bobbity turned out really good as well. You can see here the black touch-ups on the hair and also the repaint on his outfit. Bimini Blue is what I used for the blue tabard that he's wearing, and Apple Barrel Jet Black for his hair. And just touching up the glue and cleaning up that cape really took that figure to the next level. Now, Super Baby Vegeta turned out really good. I did have to fully repaint his jumpsuit, and also all the gold was repainted. You can see here there's almost very, very faint traces of that red, and I think I'll probably put a few more layers of this paint on. But you can see the bottom there on the butt, which had a lot of paint chips, is pretty much touched up with Vallejo German Gray and Surface Primer mixed roughly 1-to-1, and the gold was touched up with this Folk Art brushed gold. Now, the Baby and Dr. Mew were pretty much just straight cleaning. Dr. Mew, you can see I did repaint his belt there, and I definitely did touch up the paint chips in the back of the hair. Baby was 100% just cleaning. I actually did not use any paint on Baby. I used Aggressor Gray for the belt, and then a mixture of red by Vallejo Model Air and Folk Art Pure Orange, like 1 part red, 2 part orange for the hair, and it came out pretty good. But yeah, that's how these figures turned out. I'll cycle through them again real quick, but I'm definitely really impressed with the way these are able to come out. Supreme Kai probably needed the most work along with Baby Vegeta, and I still need to do some small touch-ups in Baby Vegeta's hair with that the white color that we used, the insignia white, but I'm just really impressed with how these guys turned out, and I'm going to let them sit for a bit before I do those last round of touch-ups. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please rate, comment, and subscribe.